Well, I think this morning's event here in Sydney, Carolina, is a good example of what we get out of IFIP. We've been at the Ministerial Forum, which has been organised by the ACS and IFIP here today. We've been discussing some really important issues. We've talked about ethics. We've talked about how the IT profession needs to mature in the way that to keep up with the way that technology is maturing. And we've talked about the role of IT professions in the current day and age. In IT, I read somewhere recently that the amount of information is doubling every 2 years, so we need to keep up to date as that happens. We've been discussing new advances like the Internet of Things this morning and what that has to tell us about what we need to do ethically and so on. In the UK, we've got a change of circumstance coming up. The country voted recently to leave the European Union. That doesn't mean to say that we want to be inward-looking. We want to be outward-looking, and we want to take the opportunity to become a world leader in digital IT. So that means that it's important for us to talk to people about, for instance, things like data protection standards, where we want to be in line with what's happening internationally. We want to work with the best global talent, whether it's academics or practitioners, to help us be as strong digitally as we can possibly be. So areas like that, it's very important for us to get out and about and to talk to colleagues, whether it's through IFIP or through talking government to government with official colleagues. It's interesting. We're introducing IT now in different ways to when I started my career many years ago. So, for example, rather than waiting until we've got an IT system absolutely perfect, we're now introducing it to citizens in an iterative way, so that they can help us to develop it and get it absolutely right before we view it as complete. We're looking at our supply base. So, in my department, back in the UK, we're actually insourcing some of our IT, which was outsourced many years ago. Not all of it. We will still be using private sector suppliers too, but we're bringing people back into the department so that we can have better control over some of our systems. Data sharing, it's interesting. During the course of my career, the public perception has completely changed. So I remember 20 or 30 years ago, people were concerned at the prospect of government departments sharing data. Now the mood has changed, and the public are asking, well, why wouldn't we share data and make best use of it? So there's plenty of data sharing going on. We're more joined up as a government than we used to be. And in terms of data transparency, like many administrations now, we're making non-personal data available for people to make use of in a way that hopefully will be a benefit to them.